What's up? My name's Matt, this is Icarryusa, and today we're going to talk about 5 tips for concealed carry and see on the range. Alright, hey, what's going on? So we're going to talk about some tips today for concealed carrying to make your life a little bit easier, a little bit more comfortable, and a lot more efficient, okay? Tip number 1, when you first start carrying, you're probably going to have a nice Kydex holster like this. Be sure that you take the holster home, or if you get it delivered, whatever, make sure you pull the hardware out of it, put a little bit of blue Loctite on that hardware, drive it right back in. The last thing you want is this holster coming apart due to vibration and just overall movement, and then your gun falling out of the holster in the middle of a store, because that's never good, all right? That's tip number 1. Tip number 2 we're going to talk about, and we're going to talk about size of your carry gun, all right? What I usually like to talk about is a proper size for the weather, all right? So right now, I'm rocking the 2.0 Bodyguard from Smith & Wesson. It's a very small gun. It's very easy to hide in a t-shirt, shorts, board shorts if you want to, things like that, because it's very tight to your body. It's a very small gun. If you had a large handle gun like a Glock or like a Ruger RXM with the big handle on there, or a 17 or something like that, it's a lot harder to hide that because the handle sticks out, and you're going to print your handle on your t-shirt and stuff like that. So real quick, we're going to get into grip and stuff like that on the larger guns versus smaller guns. So with a smaller gun with the proper wing and a wedge on there, you can really make that gun completely disappear. This gun hides pretty good all by itself, and it has no wing and no wedge or pad on the holster at all, okay? So this one would actually print pretty good, but being it's such a small gun, you tighten your belt up a little bit, and you're never gonna see that gun at all. And you can still have a good draw on the gun itself. Cool? All right, the next tip we're gonna talk about.
10 years later.
I have a memory like a turtle right now.
Do turtles have bad memory?
Building muscle memory, okay? Building muscle memory. So, yes, if you have a permit and you start carrying your gun, you're like, sweet, now I have my permit to carry, I can do all this stuff. You still need to practice a lot. This is not one of those things where you just go get the permit and just start carrying a gun. Yes, you can do that, but you need to be ready for any situation, and it needs to be so ingrained into your head that it's like autopilot. So, in other words, instead of when someone gets scared, instead of going, ah, it needs to be like, oh, going for my gun. It needs to be that autopilot. Because in a high stress, high adrenaline situation, you're not gonna need to think. You're not even gonna be able to think. So it needs to be automatic to where you pull the and it's right there, okay? It needs to be right there, right on target. Your sights need to be perfectly lined up. Everything needs to be perfectly like that autopilot kind of situation, all right? I got my slide bite. So we're gonna talk about different carry modes, okay? Different carry modes. The most popular carry modes are appendix and then side hip. I'm not a big fan of side hip carry because you're doing a lot of movement to get that gun out, okay? Appendix carry, it is right here. If you end up on your back, like most fights and encounters happen, you can still access your gun on your back. So appendix carry is one of those options that's probably the best option for any kind of situation, all right? I know some people are like, well, I have a belly, I can't carry appendix. That's not entirely true. There's plenty of videos out there of guys that have bellies that carry appendix. So just practice and training, build that muscle memory to where you can do that, all right? Real quick, we're gonna go through some firing sequences from the appendix. So again, you're setting the score to the target. Short comes up, drive down on the gun, comes straight up to the center of your chest. You're gonna karate chop that trigger guard, give you that good grip. You're gonna form your grip, press out, and press, okay? Now again, I like to use the analogy in some of my classes that you have a rubber band around your body and it's going through the trigger guard, through your trigger, okay? And as you press out, if you can watch my finger here, you're gaining tension on the trigger as you're pushing out. It's gonna save you a lot of time from having your finger straight on target and then putting your finger in the trigger and then pressing. So you're actually saving a lot of time by doing 2 or 3 motions really at once, okay? So we'll go through that again real quick. As you get your shirt, bring your shirt up, drive down on the gun, come straight to the center of your chest, karate chopping that grip, pushing the gun out while you're pressing the trigger to the wall. Okay, again, so we're gonna kind of roll right into trigger press, okay? You have your trigger back on your first shot. Your second shot, you should let off the trigger just until you get to the reset, and then stop right there, and then you could go into your follow-up shot. So it kind of looks like this if you get closer. I'll do it one-handed so you can see. So you can see that my finger's not coming all the way off the trigger. It's just simply going to that reset. When you start concealed carrying, okay, I want people to start practicing using a flush magazine in your carry gun, and then your spare magazine being some kind of extended magazine, okay? And even if you live in a state that doesn't allow you to have extended magazines, you can still have an extended magazine, and I think in those states they block them off to be 10 rounds, okay? The reason I say have an extended magazine, if anybody out there has ever been in a fist fight, you know that you end up getting tunnel vision, you kind of lose dexterity in your hands, and you need big objects to grab, okay? And having just a little bit of extension on there can really benefit you in a high stress situation. All right, so now we'll kind of go through like a little reload process. You really want to practice these things to get them really down, and like I said, that muscle memory autopilot. All right, so we're gonna punch the gun out, slide lock. Your flush magazine, come out, it's worthless, put it on the ground. Your spare magazine, index that magazine into the gun, bam, slam it. One motion, not two, one motion. Rack that slide, push that gun right back in, fire your second shot. Now, the way you can, I think I already did a video on a drill for this, but the way you can do this is the gun just loaded around in the chamber. We're gonna take that magazine out. We're gonna put it back in our spare magazine location. We're gonna take that empty magazine. We're gonna put it back in the gun. Now you have one round in the gun. It's gonna slide lock, then you can go to your spare magazine. It's kind of the good reloading drill that I do. Come out, out, in. All right, and you can keep doing this drill over and over and over until you're back in it. All right, we got one round in the gun. Totally reset, okay. Out, in. Good. So you can kind of keep doing this until you really get it down and get that muscle memory down, all right? All right, so the last biggest tip I can usually come up with is you gotta research your gear a little bit. Buying something off Amazon or the cheapest thing usually isn't the best for an everyday carry situation. You wanna make sure it's got good quality, you wanna make sure it's got good lockup, like when I talk about holsters, things like that. We live in the age of what I call the tattletale age. It's on the internet. You got people like me and other people out there who just go on and say, this product is crap, just like the Houdini holster video, and this product is really good, just like some of the holster videos we've done. So make sure you go on and do your research, go out there, go on the internet, ask people around that are in the business, and find the good stuff that's out there. Because if it's something you're carrying every day, you want it to be reliable, you want it to be durable, and you want it to always be on you at all times without having to worry about cracking and things like that, all right? With this holster here, this is actually a Black Scorpion holster. It's not a very expensive holster, but in the holster world, like I've been saying for so long, most of this stuff is all the same, okay? This is just a Kydex holster, just like all the other Kydex holster companies out there. All right, this is a decent holster. I think they're about 65 bucks, okay? And then I have, again, the alias clip on here with the alias receiver on my belt. Makes things a lot nicer when you're in and out of your holster all the time or switching guns a lot. Just slip it in, click, done, ready to go. Now, the cool thing about the alias system is the way it grips onto your belt, it stops that rotation from going side to side to side to side, okay? It just kind of, it locks it up a lot tighter. So with that stuff, when you're carrying every single day for your protection and things like that, you want to make sure that you have quality gear that's going to really last you a long time. Hey, what's going on? This is the new Huxworks Range 36 Ti. It's all titanium 3D printed. We're doing a review, full review on it on the new page, iTacticalUSA. See you on the range. All right, so we went over 5 tips for carrying everyday situations. You want to build that muscle memory. You want to have good gear. Make sure you are practicing with your stuff. Make sure you Loctite your holster. You don't want that stuff coming loose while you're out there carrying every day. The worst situation, I could think of is like you're in a bank and all of a sudden your holster decides to let loose and it falls on the ground. That wouldn't be good, right? All right, so thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and check out our Patreon. And also, we're starting a new channel, iTacticalUSA. It's all sorts of other stuff, all right? See you on the range.